Today, we're going to be looking into how you can sprite Pokemon as beautiful as GameFreak does. In this video, we're going to be going over the GBA and DS styled Pokemon sprites. Before we get into the actual spriting though, I think we should really define what a Pokemon Sprite actually is. A Pokemon Sprite in its simplest form is really just an image displaying the Pokemon. A Pokemon Sprite will consist of 16 different colors in the GBA or DS style, and the size of the actual image itself is going to be based on which one you're doing. So if you want to do a GBA styled Pokemon Sprite, you want to keep the image 64 by 64 pixels. If you want a DS Sprite, you're going to want 80 by 80 pixels. That means 80 pixels high and 80 pixels horizontally. When spriting a DS Pokemon Sprite, you can basically use any color you want, and that's because DS sprites use a 16-bit color range. But when spriting a GBA Sprite, it gets a little more complicated because you actually only have a 15-bit color range to choose from, and you can find stuff like that online. But in this video, to keep it simple, we're just going to be sticking to the 16-bit DS color range. We're going to be using a program called paint.net. It's a very simple and easy to use program. It's free. I'm going to put a link to it down in the description. Also, just a quick side note, the reason that I'm making this video is for a project called Chat Makes a Pokemon Fan Game that I'm currently working on, where I do a stream series where Chat makes a Pokemon game, and I'm the one who actually makes it. The game is playable, it's going to be released, and that's a big reason I'm making this video, is to help a lot of people with spriting so they can actually implement their sprites into this game. I'm going to put a card right here if you want to check out my video on it. We stream every Wednesday, Sunday, and Saturday at 6 p.m. And yeah, I hope to see you guys there. The first thing that you really want to do is just draw your Pokemon. You need to draw it in a dynamic pose, and it needs to be facing the left. So that means it's going to be facing the left, which is the battler. Next thing you want to do is you want to make your 80 by 80 canvas, and all you want to do is just copy that drawing you made, whether it's on paper or on a tablet, and you just want to size it down to fit inside that canvas to where it's nice and small and pixelated. And then as you can see that we're doing here, you just outline it. Just outline it in black. Do it on a different layer so you can delete the layer under it. At least that's what I recommend. And also just keep in mind that it needs to fit inside the canvas, but don't fill the whole entire canvas unless it's like a big Pokemon. Right now we're doing a regional variant of Wingull, so it's not that big of a deal. We just got to keep it, nice and small, and just also outline places where the color changes, just stuff like that. And then you just want to get rid of the background of all the colors. And then now the next step is finding your colors, right? You want to find your colors, and if you're on GBA, you're going to be limited on colors, but for here, we can just find our colors. And you want one highlight color, one normal color, one shadow color, and one outline color. So 4 different shades per color is what you're going to want for making these sprites, okay? So as you can see here, we're kind of organizing our colors just to keep them in the up left corner so we know that they're there. We know that, we can go back and use them. And for black, don't always go too black. Keep it nice and gray. And now the next thing you want to do is you want to highlight it, So right now we're just highlighting the beak. Always highlight as if the sun is in the up left corner of the screen. That means the sun is going to be facing down right, and we're going to be changing the colors throughout just so it looks nice. But yeah, you just now this right here is actually a strategy. So this is something that I like using a lot. It's really mainly only used in GBA sprites, where you kind of checkerboard the shadow or the highlight. And when you checkerboard the shadow and the highlight, it gives it it gives it a very dynamic feel. But as you can see here, we're just giving it shadows. We're just making it so it looks a lot more round rather than a flat image. It looks immersive, kind of 3D. And we're going to change the colors around a bit just so we can experiment and have it look nice. And then the next thing we're going to do is the outline. So the outline, you're going to put over every single highlighted part, and you're going to kind of stagger it on the shadowed parts. As you can see that I'm doing here, we kind of staggered it on the dark parts where the black is. And then you want to take your shadow color and actually stagger it on the highlighted parts as well. And you want to do this with basically every single color. That means that you want to do it with, your red, you want to do it with your black, and you want to do it with your white. It doesn't matter. You want to do it with everything. But look, it's already looking good. And now you just make your finishing touches, and bam, that's a beautiful sprite right there. There's one last thing that I want to go over with you guys today, and it's actually very simple. It's really just the color yellow. That's the biggest thing, because one mistake that I made with the color yellow when I first started spriting is that I did not shade it properly. So, as you can see here, this is a Fakemon that I created for my Pokemon game, Pokemon V, and I had a pretty good yellow going, you know, like this is a pretty good yellow. And look how I shaded it. This is not dark yellow. As you can see here, this is fucking orange, you know? That's not yellow, but it looks good. You know what I'm saying? Now watch what it actually looks like if I actually use dark yellow. Well, hold on. I gotta make sure that tolerance is where it's supposed to be. And then just like this is actual dark yellow. Look how shitty that looks. And then for the outline, for example, if we did the outline, look how shitty this looks. This looks awful compared to what it was like before, you know? So let's go back to how it was before. Bam. So much more vibrant, so much better. And you want to do the same thing with all colors, you know, but with yellow, you want to get more red the darker it gets, you know. So this is a nice orange, and this gets even more orange, almost red, down at 24, closer to red. And it's the same for every color, honestly. As you can see, this is 357, 357 as well. Well, this isn't a good example, but the red doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying. Normally, for every color, I guess I really messed up on this one. This was a bad example, but I'm not re-recording this. Always, you want to change the hue a little bit, especially with blue, you know. If you're doing a light blue, like a cyan color, like this, for example, as you get darker, you don't just want to get darker like this. You want to make it more blue. Just like that. Very simple, but it will help your sprites out a ton. And then you get to your back sprite, okay? And back sprites are very unusual, and they're hard to make. They're very difficult to make, and the reason is because you need to fit something that's big into a small area, because you need to make it nice and big. I mean, look how big this thing looks like, but only a part of its body is actually in the sprite, but it looks big, you know, because of the way that it's dynamically facing. Under it is going to be huge. Like down here, all of this is going to be like, it makes the player use their imagination to think, well, like this must be big, all of this under here, you know. So when making your back sprites, there is something that you want to do, and that is to dynamically place your blacks under the shadows, right? So like you would normally do. So normally this would all be black, you know. You would want to do this, and you would, instead of making the pixels like this, for example, making them, you know, like that, just make it double in width. And then all you want to do is take your outline color, and you want to color these in right here. And already, this looks a million times better, right? Already, as long as we do it this way. But, to get even more cool with it, do this. Even on some parts where this is facing the transparency, you can also throw it in there, and it makes it look so much better. Really, it really does. It makes it go from, you know, a 7 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10 very fast. And honestly, that's probably the last tip that I have for you guys. If you thought this video was insightful, please make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe and join our project, Chat Makes a Fan Game. If you want to join the Discord, the link is going to be in the description. And other than that, yeah.